Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing, miss? Annabella, shake that thing, yeah. Donna, Jody and Rebecca. Woman, get busy. Just shake that booty non-stop when the beat drop. Just keep swinging it, get jiggy. Get crunked up, percolate anything you want. Because it's oscillating if I don't take pity. More to see you get life on the rhythm of my ride. And my lyrics are provide electricity. Girl, nobody can do you nothing cause you don't know your destiny. Yo, sexy ladies want part with us. Inna the car with us, them not war with us. Inna the club, them want flex with us. To get next with us, them can't vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I early morn. Let's get it on, let's get it on till I early morn. Girl, it's all good, just turn me on. Girl, don't sweat it, don't get agitated. Girl, go and rotate, cause anything you want, you know you must get it. Coming in my mention, don't ease the tension. Girl, run the program, just go and fit it. Yo, have a good time, girl, free up on your mind. Cause nobody can this, your man won't let it. Cause you are the number one, girl, wave your hand, make them see the wedding band. Yo, sexy ladies want part with us. Inna the car with us, them not war with us. Inna the club, them want flex with us. To get next to us, them not vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I early morn. Let's get it on, let's get it on till I early morn. Girl, it's all good, just turn me on. Come on, get busy, just shake that booty non-stop. When the beat drop, just keep swinging it, get jiggy. Get crunked up, percolate anything you want. Forgot it, oscillating if I don't take pity. Want to see you get live when the rhythm it a ride. And my lyrics are provide electricity. Girl, nobody can tell you nothing cause you don't know your destiny. Yo, sexy ladies want part with us. Inna the car with us, them not war with us. Inna the club, them want flex with us. To get next to us, them not vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I early morn. Let's get it on, let's get it on till I early morn. Girl, it's all good, just turn me on. Yo, shake that thing, miss. Can I shake that thing? Yo, Annabella, shake that thing, miss. Donna, yo, miss Jody and the one named Rebecca. Yo, shake that thing, yo. Joanna, shake that thing, yo. Annabella, shake that thing, miss. Can I, yo, hey, yo, what me go say then? Sexy ladies want part with us. Inna the car with us, them not war with us. Inna the club, them want flex with us. To get next to us, them not vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name and it is my fame. It's all good, girl, turn me on till I early morn. Let's get it on, let's get it on till I early morn. Girl, it's all good, just turn me on. Yo, sexy ladies want part with us. Inna the car with us, them not war with us. Inna the club, them want flex with us. To get next with us, them not vex with us. From the day my bond, I ignite my flame. Girl, I call my name, yo, it is my fame. It's all good.
Alrighty, hello. I have forgotten to change the team names. I just realized, so let me do that really quickly. Actually, I'm just gonna hide them. This is Phantasm versus Sauce. We're gonna be starting with a spirit set on the Rector's Yard against the survivors of Phantasm. And I believe, if I'm correct, I want to say this is cross-training of OCE to Europe, but I could be wrong. And wow, this survivor is just playing this incredibly so far. A lot of patience on that TNL window vault, and dropping the pallet on the 4-lane on the right side. So, not going to be giving any tags. The killer is going to get 2 pallets out of the way, the shack pallet and the 4-lane pallet, but we'll see if he's able to get a tag. He is going to get a tag here, and our survivor is running it kind of not really efficiently using their hit tank there. They are going to kind of run around in a circle a little bit, and then kind of run back towards their generator. Renato is here. I'm not certain what he wants. He's kind of just watching, I think. Unless there is a flashlight or a firecracker, but nothing to be seen here. And our killer is just gonna hook them on top of the gen. I think that was a mistake, because this is a pretty progressed generator, so now this is going to get regressed with our killer's Pop Goes the Weasel. And it'll kind of be a free camp if they really desire. Nobody can work this generator now. Renato choosing to not go for the pallet. So he is going to give a free tag with that killer's Sloppy Butcher, and they are just going to commit to this down. As I say, whether or not this game goes well or in their favor is kind of if Renato survives this or not. And he does not, so Killer's not going to go back to hook. They're just going to pick Renato up and take them into basement. And I think that makes this game a lot harder for survivors. You did give up the tunnel out, technically, but I mean, in some Spirit sets, it takes you a gen to get it down anyways. And this time you have a guy in basement. And, oh my goodness, there's 2 survivors here. Oh no, one of them is injured, so now you have your tunnel out anyways. And this is gonna be, you know, going from kind of the good start that Ace kind of set up for them into a really bad position. You now have lost pretty much all your gen pressure twice in a row from survivors dying on top of the generator, and you only have 1 generator complete. Do see some survivors out in the distance, but I think our killer just wants to sit on this generator and this hook and kind of secure it. Sees the Ace running away, playing really aggressive on this generator. Does a good job trying to hide his scratch marks, but the killer will just come out of phase and get that tag, and yeah, our killer's coming back to the hook. This is not going to be a trade, but it will be another tag, resulting in all 4 survivors being injured by Sloppy Butcher. And another generator has not progressed. And that is the down onto the Shiva. Is this a decisive strike? No, it's not, so that will be the death coming out. 1 survivor gets reset across the map, but 4 generators in, having a survivor already dead is really not the result you kind of want to see. And does find an injured survivor just trying to push this generator. They did choose to only reset 1 survivor. The other 2 are staying injured, and I assume just sitting on gens. But that down is going to come through. And I think there's a good chance this is the Deliverance survivor, if I'm correct. They most likely were... It was a 50-50 chance they went for the first hook, and they definitely were the survivor that went in for that second hook, so my guess is that is Deliverance. So that could help our survivors a little bit here, but our killer is just finding the generator that they're working every single time. Our survivors are just, unfortunately, just not doing a very good job of getting to those deep corners and getting away from those generators. So our killer only really has to walk 5 feet away to go get another down, and also get pop value on that generator. Deliverance has still not come through despite our killer stepping away from the hook, so I actually am thinking that is not Deliverance, and it is not. And our killer's just gonna walk and find the other gen. This is looking really dire for our survivors here. The chases have just got to be way too short, and every generator is getting interrupted here. Let's find the Renato, try to self to the pool. And he's actually not going to commit for it. Just going to run away and play this tile. And great phases from our killer here. Other than a couple early game misses, I think every single time they've kind of just landed on top of their heads. So that's pretty good from them. And baits him out by kind of just sitting there. and that gen got blown up. This is, if they don't pop that, this is a 4K4. If they do, it's a 4K3. Question is Ada committing, or did she blow it up because she wanted to get off and stealth for the, I see. Yeah, she is left the generator to go save the Renato, and so the Ace trying to be a bit unpredictable, but Arkelo did see her running across the map, so yeah, this is going to be a 4K4. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, this is going to be a 4K4 for, Team Sauce here. The Decisive Strike, I really don't think is going to do anything, except for maybe buy time for a bleed out, but a Spirit, I don't think that this chase is going to last too long. Nope. So that will be, yeah, 4K4, and we still have almost a full 4 minutes for this Ada to bleed out, so I reckon the killer will find the the slug. Just checking hatch really briefly. They're gonna close it before they go looking. It's important that they find this, since in this league, bleed out rule is a bit that's what I'm looking for. It's very important to not let your slugs get away from you. So if he were to lose this slug, he would lose a ton of points. But he's going to find them on the ground. So, yeah, that's going to be a really, really hard win con for Team Phantasm here. I'm sure the cross ping did play in part, but I think even on cross ping, it's still going to be really hard for them to meet a 4K5 win con. So, we'll see if they're able to do that, and we'll get back to you guys here shortly.
It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her, and then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat, take me to your love shack. Mama's always got a backtrack when everybody talks back. Hey honey, you could be my drug, you could be my new prescription. Too much could be an overdose. All this trash talk make me itchy. Oh my shit. Everybody talks too much. It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her, and then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat, take me to your love shack. Mama's always got a backtrack when everybody talks back. Never thought I'd live to see the day when everybody's words got in the way. Hey sugar, show me all your love. All you're giving me is friction. Hey sugar, what you gotta say? It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her, and then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat, take me to your love shack. Mama's always got a backtrack when everybody talks back. Everybody talks, everybody talks, everybody talks, everybody talks, everybody talks, everybody talks.
say she low down. It's just a room and I don't believe 'em. They say she needs to slow down. The baddest thing around town. She's nothing like a girl you've ever seen before. Nothing you can compare to your neighborhood. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. The way that booty moving, I can't take no more. Had to stop what I'm doing so I can pull her close. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. Damn girl, damn, you's a sexy bitch, a sexy bitch. Damn, you's a sexy bitch. Damn girl, damn, you's a sexy bitch, a sexy bitch. Damn, you's a sexy bitch. Damn girl. Yes, I can see ya, cause every girl here wanna be ya. Oh, she's a diva. I feel the same and I wanna meet her. They say she low down. It's just a room and I don't believe 'em. They say she needs to slow down. The baddest thing around town. She's nothing like a girl you've ever seen before. Nothing you can compare to your neighborhood. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. The way that booty moving, I can't take no more. Had to stop what I'm doing so I can pull her close. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. Damn girl, damn, you's a sexy bitch, a sexy bitch. Damn, you's a sexy bitch. Damn girl, damn, you's a sexy bitch, a sexy bitch. Damn, you's a sexy bitch. Damn girl, damn, you's a sexy bitch, a sexy bitch. Damn, you's a sexy bitch. Damn girl, damn, you's a sexy bitch, a sexy bitch. Damn, you's a sexy bitch. Damn, you's a sexy bitch.
I hopped off the plane at LAX with a dream, my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the taxi man turned on the radio and a Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding in my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. Got my hands up to play my song. You know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah.
Today
Okay, welcome back. We are in on the second match of the first set. We are going to be seeing Phantasm on the killer now. I was informed that Sauce is not EU, they are actually SEA. I did not know that, so chatted a bit with the Onryos, and they said it's basically like NA to EU, for those of you who aren't as familiar with the OCE region. So there is cross ping in play, but it is not as bad as I thought it was. I thought they were probably playing like 300 ping. Nah, it's more like 140. According to Wayne. I don't really know much either, but we are going to be seeing our Spirit just kind of trying to bait out somebody on that bus, I guess, but doesn't find anybody and sees a survivor here crossing, but ends up running back into 3 to play this tile, and they are going to be searching but doesn't find them. And it looks like they completely lost their scratch marks. I'm not too certain what's happening. I think they're getting a little bit mixed up. They're just going to be leaving this area and going to be trying to find a survivor, maybe sitting on one of these generators. Oh, doesn't find a survivor. Caught out of position here. Stealthing on a double window. And just going to be going far away, trying to track them, but getting their sounds mixed up. They do end up making this... I don't even know what to call this anymore. Burger King? Wendy's? And just going to be getting away for now. Does hear the survivor, but swinging out of phase, not playing patient, does come out while they're on top of their head. But I think they were behind them, and swinging forward ended up giving them more distance. So I'm going to be taking this chase again. And I was going to say got lost. I didn't even see the survivor at all in that exchange. But they will get that first down of the game. And they are going to hook them on this 3-hook. And they no longer have... Do they have a gen spread in the venue? They do, actually. They have a pretty decent gen spread. They have Shack 4 and 3, I believe, is what I just saw. And they also have a gen on 6. So a lot of defendable gens here for our killer. Gonna be kicking this generator with Pop Goes the Weasel, applying Eruption. And no way. Wait, they didn't see their head. Okay. I thought they were baiting, trying to pretend like they didn't see them, but I don't think they actually saw them. We'll get that hit, and judging by the way he's walking, I think this is going to be a trade with Deliverance. Choosing to pick this. And hook them here on this hook, and they're gonna just leave to commit to the Ripley here. I think that was a good decision. Get that hook out of the way, and doing a good job of just tracking where the Ripley had gone. So gonna use Pop on this generator, and I think they want to commit to Ripley. No, go ahead and take a tag on the Nia instead. I think they got lost a little bit. That is the second generator of the game popping, and I think it might not have been a bad idea to commit to Ripley there. It does whiff the hit. I mean, a 4K4 is really hard to achieve, and they are, there's still 4 survivors. They have a lot of gen progress, it's not a bad idea to commit to the tunnel out and just get a best result here, since overall points kind of matter. Because if you get a tunnel out really early, you kind of, on Spirit, you set yourself up for a 4K1 or 2, as long as you, have a good gen spread, which they do. But instead of having maybe a hook in the 9 corner, they now have one in their gen spread, so going for a crazy swing, but not quite making it. And the thing that is kind of in our Spirit's favor here is they do have 2 survivors injured, both of which have already been hooked once, so if they were to come here, they would just be another down and another second hook. Popping another generator, yeah, I'm not certain why our killer decided to use Pop Goes the Weasel on that 1% generator, but They did apply Eruption to it. I know that is the most kind of important gen spread there for them. But that means another gen or two is going to pop, since they opted to not use pop on either of the more progressed generators. And going to be committing to Nia here. Is one generator left. This could be DS. And it is Decisive Strike, and that's the last thing you really want to see right now as the killer. Not quite making it to the pallet. Nia is going to be getting that drop. And, oh, baiting them into coming back to them. Good mind game. Gonna be getting that down there. But now you're really far away from that 3-gen. You do see the Ripley reset across the map. So it is possible they're going for a reset here instead of pushing generators. But I think, yeah, you will be able to get back in time for a Pop Goes the Weasel. But if you want to commit to that 3-gen, it means you can't commit to this hook here. So you will lose your tunnel out in the process if you choose to defend that 3-gen. And I don't think they would really work Shack here. Yeah, I think they're going to push the gen farthest away from the chase. And this has so much generator progress, they have to come back to it. Just walk over, see if they can find the survivor stealthing for that generator. It could realistically be anywhere in here. This is a really nice, tight 3-gen, but I don't think... I think they needed a kill early on in order to defend it. Gonna commit to this Ellen here, who I don't remember is their death hook or not. I don't think they are. No, because they have a hook on Jake, a hook on Nia, 2 hooks on Nia, and then the hook on Ripley. So this is just another second stage coming through here. And the question is, will they make it back to that generator in time? I think Ripley had just been reset, so I think somebody else was on that generator pushing it. I don't think it was just the Ripley. So they are going to rush back to pop this generator. There is a survivor here, just kind of showing themselves. Trying to win the mind game there, but not quite enough. And unfortunately, that is the last generator popping. Just didn't have enough time there. Ace is the last fresh hook, so getting this would award you with a lot of points here. And that is a Hex No One Escapes Death coming out here. Our killer just choosing to play for as many points as possible rather than playing for the strict 4K5 win con. Gonna be hooking Ace in the back of the basement. Like I said, this is all fresh hooks and a lot of stages, so not bad for the Spirit to get this, but I think they're just gonna sit here. Not really interested in venturing out and getting anything else. I think neither of the doors would have been progressed at the time, so it wouldn't have been a bad idea to maybe walk away and get it down with Noed, but this is the safer choice here to secure basically as many points as possible, but you do open yourself up to getting your Noed cleanse and maybe getting a triple save going. I don't know if that would be worth it for the survivors. Just thinking of points here. But the door does open, and it looks like they want to come for it. You do see Ripley's head kind of popping up over the hill. There's Jake here. And Nia runs in. I don't think they're going to be able to get this without a trade. Ace is going to be able to get away. Oh no. And I think they just need to try and see if they can catch the Ace. And they might actually get an even better result, but he's already booking it to the door. So I think they are just going to be taking this hook. That will be 7 stages instead of 8 stages, but still not bad. I mean, that's a better hook stage result for Sauce here, but still got all your freshes, so that's not a bad result really for Phantasm's killer here either. Considering the caliber perks that survivors are allowed and the items, I think that's a pretty good result. for both sides. So we'll be back shortly with an Onryo set on Larry's, and I'll see you there soon.
Mas essa é a DJ Duda, representa a mulherada. Desce, rebola novinha, mexe seu robô de bandida, robô de bandida, robô de bandida. Desce, rebola novinha, mexe seu robô de bandida, robô de bandida. Desce, rebola novinha.
Esse é o baile da DJ Duda e o baile tá sensacional. O rebola no vral, o rebola no vral. Joga potranca aqui pra marginal. O rebola no vral, o rebola no vral. Joga potranca aqui pra marginal. O rebola no vral, o rebola no vral. O rebola no vral, no vral, 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 o rebola
Mas essa é a atitude que representa a mulherada. Desce, rebola novinha, mexe seu robô de bandida, robô de bandida, robô de bandida. Desce, rebola novinha, mexe seu.
Okay, welcome back, guys. We are in on set 2. We're going to be playing Onryo on Larry's Memorial Institute. This is Phantasm's pick, so we'll see if they are able to make a comeback here after the point disparity on the Spirit set. Our killer's choosing not to play with Corrupt here. This is not uncommon for indoor sets, like stealth killers. Since survivors really shouldn't be getting on and pushing those generators anyways. Still worth it to run, but some killers do opt out of it. Gonna be finding the survivor getting stuck, but oh, does get that hit through the pallet, and this survivor is gonna be zoned here. They could play 50-50s, but they are just going to instead break the pallet and chase them down here to this other pallet over here. This pallet is not super safe, so not a bad idea to push them into it. Nia doing a great job just waiting. But unfortunately just vaults right into the killer, so that will be the first down coming out really early. Nice down for our killer here, and a good start to the game for certain. Just gonna hook them on this top middle hook. And I'm curious, they do have, actually they have a gen in library, as well as these gens on main and 2, so. Let's have an aura reading add-on, so they will see this, what is that? Is that a Ripley? A Ripley running away from the hook, and they're going to be able to keep this gen spread they have up here kind of cleaned up and regressing. Going for some teleports, maybe trying to get some condemned, see if they can find any survivors stealthing for the save, but the save does get grabbed in front of the killer. It does find the Nia once again, so they will be committing to this tunnel out. But she's kind of taking it back to the place where she's already used these pallets. And the killer doing a great job just reading that 50-50 again. Knowing she isn't going to double vault it, and they are going to just immediately get another down. I don't think Decisive Strike is allowed, so that will be the second hook stage coming out on Ania, and another gen has not popped yet. I'm going to be changing their hook location from the top side to the bottom side of the map. Spending the time to carry them all the way down here. I do wonder, if there's maybe something down here that they want to hold, but there is no gen spread up here, down here. And this is also the part of the map with, the safer tile, so... And Ellen has actually decided to stay here. If they get tapped up, two-tapped here, this could be really bad. For the survivors, Nia does get saved. Okay, I think is going to pop this and then TP to that. Yep, TPing this. It might be an FTP. And going all the way around, Nia just waiting on the Scod pallet. And it's not an FTP, so... I'm gonna try to go for a fake with their invisibility, but it's not gonna be enough, so... Nia will get the drop on both of these God pallets. And I think this is another God pallet. Yeah, this is what I was saying about the bottom side of the map. This is pretty much as strong as it gets on Larry's. This is where you have all your God pallets, so yeah, it's just going to be dropping all of these, buying her teammates a lot of time, and now she's going to be stuck on Excise. Actually just choosing to break it. This is mind gameable, especially on ping. But choosing not to play any 50s. Just going to break it and brute force this. Ace is coming in for a body block. They are stacking that generator. And gonna try and go for a swing through the pallet, but not quite gonna make it. The good thing for the killer here is they do kind of just know what all of their gen pressure looks like. Knowing they only have one generator really progress, I don't think it's a bad idea to take this tag and just brute force it. That would give you, two survivors injured going into the 3v1. With two generators remaining. That's not a bad spot to be in. But I think they need to get this down as fast as they can. And I think that Nia might have correctly read that. And just going to be dropping this pallet. Still continuing to just break things instead of forcing them into the 50-50s. But I think Nia is going to be pretty much out of resources here. She'll still have that main building pallet. But she's not running in the right direction for it. Going to be going for another TP. And he's going to drop her. I'm not certain if that is... They do pop another generator. I think he might be wanting to snowball this. He does find two injured survivors. So, he will be able to get another hook stage for certain. It might not be a bad idea if he's concerned about her running main building for a long time. Maybe just try and find her later out of position. I don't think he has a suitable gen spread anymore. Teleporting out of here will get a tag here. And that speed coming out is way too strong. I think Arco decided to just go for the element of surprise, and it did get them 2 extra down, so now you only have 2 survivors who are healthy and can kind of play aggressive on these generators, one of which is Death Hook, so... Doesn't find anybody on this generator, and actually did lie. They do kind of have a gen spread that they can defend, especially now that they have a basement hook in the middle of it. But all 4 survivors are reset and ready to go. The only problem I have... Oh my goodness. Wait. No. They didn't fully uncloak. So now they're gonna get this basement hook for free. And does miss that, that hit. So I think they're just gonna try and wait out this BT. And get another down here on the ace and just try and put him back in that gen spread, but he is just running bottom. I think that might be babysitter. He doesn't have he doesn't have anything down here. He does have this pallet, but he doesn't make it, so but I think our killer's just gonna have to drop this tunnel out once again. And the only problem with this is that yes, you kinda have a defendable gen spread. It's not great. But these gen spreads are so much easier to defend in the 3v1. Having to do this in a 4v1 is going to be very difficult for the killer. They're going to have to play it really slow. Still playing for Condemned here. That is something that could potentially change the outcome of the game if they were to get Condemned on somebody, especially if somebody was injured. And they are going to TP down and leave this survivor. And see if they can maybe find this reset. But the reset has already come through, unfortunately. Let's see if survivor's stealthy here. I'm gonna catch them off guard. I think that at this point they should already know about nowhere to hide, but they didn't quite see the Onryo kick that generator, so it's possible they didn't know that it was procced, but yeah, that perk does make stealthing pretty useless, and I think this is going to be a quick down unless a body block comes through. Oh, they do still have this pallet up, but I think with ping and play, I don't think they make that, but they are going to fake it, so the Ellen Ripley is going to get away with this, and buying time off of this pretty bad pallet. I think this will lead into a window here, so still gonna have to contest that. But they will get it down. Eruption does proc on those generators across the map. Will this hook come out in time to stop those generators is the question. Thing is, this whole time, you've had 3 survivors completely healthy, pushing those generators, so that will be the last generator of the game popping as your 6th hook stage does come in. I believe Jake is your fresh hook here. You have 2 hooks on all other survivors. And you do see that haste coming in play, so there is a Noed at hand here. But I don't think our killer wants to play for much more. I think they want to see if they can bait somebody into going for this rescue. But that door is already open, so I think this will probably just be a 3 out. Yeah, we see 2 survivors at the gate. And Nia is actually right here, going for the safe. Nia will only provide you the 1 extra hook that you would have gotten from Ripley anyways, so I think that it's going to be a 7 stage no matter what. I don't think there's anything that our killer can do to stop them from getting to this gate, since they do not have a teleport anywhere over by it, so yeah, this will be the 3-man escape. Very similar result to the Spirit game. Only difference is you're missing that last fresh, but still 7 stage, pretty good result for both sides. So we'll see if Sauce can match that on the killer here shortly. Hello, welcome back in. We are in on what could be the final match. I think it is the final match. I don't think. I'm not certain if there is a win con for. What? Is my game bugged out? No, it is bugged out. Interesting. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my game and why I cannot see the leave button on the top of my screen. But we are going to be seeing 3 survivors here, all stealthing on this god palette. The killer of Sauce is going to just take that palette and leave. Gonna be running that same information add-on that gives them aura reading and finding a survivor here working this generator. They do hear the TR, or the lullaby rather, and they're going to pre-leave this generator, but not going to be getting this pallet drop in time, so they are going to be getting hit through it. Going to be wasting that pallet. That pallet is going to be gone from the match forever. And the first injury of the game with Sloppy Butcher will be coming in here. Finds another survivor, getting a tape, I believe. And not running for any pallets, just holding W down the map. They're a bit indecisive on what they want to do here, if they want to commit, or if they want to TP across the map. Going to be taking another pallet out of the match, and I think they're going to TP away here. Yep, going to leave this chase and go to the other side of the match. Does find a survivor working a generator. Here's them working it. This is another healthy survivor, so if you get this tag, this will be the 3rd health state of the game. Ooh, Ace reading that really well. And just running away, making a lot of distance. Yeah, between the... Wow, just a great read from our Ace here. I mean, between the Spirit set and this set, the Ace has just made some really good plays, some really good reads. I think they are definitely a very experienced survivor. So our killer is just going to have to drop that chase and go for the Ada here on the X-Size. Just going to pre-vault that and unzone themselves. And our killer is just going to commit to this chase, and with that speed out of the TP, the Ada is not going to make it anywhere. So that will be the first down of the game. We do see Eruption proccing, so that is 3 out of the 4 perks. Corrupt, Eruption, Sloppy. And I reckon after this hook, our killer will move to use their 4th perk. Not the spoil. And actually, a survivor running in right next to the killer, giving another tag. Gonna be taking that borrowed time hit. And just gonna be committing to the Ada here. No, gonna actually be dropping this to defend their generators for a little bit, just checking on the state of them. And they do find a generator in the library with quite a bit of progress. Let's find some scratch marks here. And I don't think the survivor ever fully left, excuse me. So that will be another hit coming out for Sauce here. And once again, just choosing to leave this. I think on a map like Larry's, this is the right decision. You can just play the slow game with Sloppy, and as long as you're getting your tags fast enough and the survivor team isn't prepared for it, then you can snowball off of that really quickly. Taking chase onto the Ace again. Oh, but this pallet is gone. Yeah, both this and the X-Size did get used. Just gonna be pathing to this bottom side of the map, since he doesn't have any resources. And our kid, they're just gonna be leaving that once again. So, yeah, as you can see, my HUD is, I was trying to figure out what was so wrong about my game. My HUD is missing. So, I don't know how, I have to remember how many generators have been, completed. I think only 1 generator has been completed, and I think this is the 3rd stage of the game. Oh my god. If you heard anything in the background, that was a cat. This will be the... I don't remember how many hook stages there are. I'm sorry. I think this is the second hook stage. Maybe the third. And actually wiggle off. So, a little bit of greed there for that hook, but, our killer is just gonna, you know, take it on the chin and just leave this, leave the survivor and, play for tags again. These doors are all closed. Ace trying to read the cutoff, but unfortunately, didn't notice both doors were closed, so he didn't even need to make that decision, to begin with. So he will be giving another tag, just making it to the bottom side of the map. I think they have realized that they have a 3-gen up here, and they're now playing to just take hits, go down, reset, don't even use a resource, you know, you don't need to delay the tag, you just take the hit and you run bottom, and you get reset, and you're gonna slowly just make that progress on these generators, I think is what they're intending to do here. Finds a survivor here, choosing not to play the library palette, choosing to play this back window. And Survivor does vault that at a pretty good time. Going for the late throw, but unfortunately the killer just full sending it around, so that will be the hit coming out on a Fang. It looks like they're going to commit to this. And unfortunately this inner 6 palette is not too great, but they're just going to go, oh no, thinking that maybe they were being cut off, maybe not sure where they went in stealth, so I'm not certain if they thought they had their God palette out on 6 here, but that will just be the down. And just gonna get hooked in this bot side of the map, so you are gonna be away from all the generators that you need to complete still. But it will award the killer a pop goes the weasel and an interruption proc. This is decently progressed here. The Ada not seeing our killer here. Not certain where they were coming from, so that will be the tag and then the bop. So the Ada will now have to go down the map and reset. That will be a pretty big time sink from our survivor. It's going to be just applying eruption to these topside generators here. They do have some decent progress on these gens, but I think it's really important that they get these resets, and it's all about finding that balance of playing really aggressive and playing really passive. On Larry's, that's like pretty much exactly what it's all about. You play too passive, you will run out of resources, and it's just going to be constant downs. If you play too aggressive, you put yourself in a position where you're going to be constantly giving tags, constantly giving downs because you don't have, you don't make it to anything, because you're just caught off guard every time, right? That is the hardest part about Larry's, but I think the survivors are doing a pretty good job. You know, these resets are coming in really fast, and the survivors are doing their best to just play this kind of aggressively to guarantee they get generator progress here. I'm a bit confused. Did they drop library palette? I don't remember. I feel like that's such a strong place to go to. But this is gonna proc eruption 4 times over, so that will be a down and another hook on the Fang, and they're just gonna hook them on top mid, not gonna try and take them up or put them in basement or anything, just going to take this hook so they can waste as little time as possible and get to that TP across the map. Does find the Ada pre-leaving this generator, but I don't think it's going to be enough to deny a tag. If she ran straight to this pallet, it might have been, but I don't think she expected to make it, so she's just going to take that tag and run bottom. And I think our killer is realizing that they are able to get these downs fast enough, so they don't need to let the survivors play this long game. They can just commit to these bottom side gens. I mean, I think they're still on 4 generators. No, on 3 generators now. So they do have a lot of time here still. They have 2 Death Hook survivors. The Ada and the Fang are about, now both on Death Hook. And I think Fang was down here pushing this generator. You really don't want your Death Hook survivors in the active 3-gen. But they don't get any read on the survivors. They're not going to find them. Does find the Ace once again. And that speed coming out is just too much, so that will be the tag. our killer is just gonna leave to go apply Pop Goes the Weasel. I didn't even realize how tight this 3-gen was. Yeah, that is crazy. These gens are pretty much, like, right next to each other. Yeah, so, I mean, considering how difficult a position this is for the survivors, they are doing a pretty good job. They have a lot of generator progress. They're doing a good job of, you know, just making sure they don't die in that gen spread. That's really the most important thing you can do. They haven't been able to deny so many tags and have the best chases, but they're playing the macro of this really well, and they are making progression on this gen spread, so that is really good from them. Does find a survivor over here, and I think this is going to be, yep, a couple of really good pallets. I think this inner room pallet is one of the decent ones as well, so this is a pretty strong area to be. You don't want to commit to this. Finding our Yunjin here and our Fang. They do still have this library pallet, so they're going to be finally getting rid of it. And it looks like our killer is, I think, going to commit here. The Fangman is on Death Hook, so that would force the survivors into a 3v1 and reward you another Pop Goes the Weasel. But actually, I think they're trying to cut them off here. And Fang is just booking it. But I don't know if committing to this is exactly what you want to do here. Unless you can guarantee a really long chase. Your 3-gen is broken. But they have so much progress on library that if you commit to this, I think the survivors will pop all generators. Oh my god, that was an insane hit. So this will be the Death Hook. The chase did come in fast enough, so I think our killer will be able to stop the last generator from popping for now. But there definitely is a good gen spread here for the survivors, so I think they are in a good position to get outs here, as long as they continue to kind of play that passive-aggressive strategy well and get progress on these generators. They do have a lot of progress, but there's 2 survivors here, one of which is a Death Hook. I think if you were to kill the Ada now, that would be GG's. Because a 2v1 is kind of impossible, especially on an indoor map like this. But actually going to be committing for the ace. He's greeting for this generator, rightfully so. I don't think he's going to make this main pallet. It does not make it. Going to be just taking that hit and going into, I think, where those strong pallets were. And our killer's just going to be walking away and going for this generator down here. Hasn't applied Eruption to any of these generators yet, so... well, yeah, the survivors are doing a great job. Just 2-1 splitting the 2 farthest generators. Actually, this is the Ada. I don't know what the Young Jin is. And Ada is condemned. Oh, no. I mean, she is Death Hook anyway, so I don't think it really matters too much. But not reading where the killer was, once again, getting a bit turned around, so that will be the death on the Ada. And we'll see if the survivors do pop that last generator. They do actually pop it. That's really good for them. So the Ada was able to waste just enough time to get the generator pop, but unfortunately, Ace going for a bit of a cheeky move there, going for the slow vault, but does not quite work out. So the killer did hear the little grunt of him vaulting, so he will be going down, and killer just gonna take that hook. I mean, that's basically that is the win con for Sauce here. Since it is based on overall points, they have tied this set so far, and realistically, if you just sit on this hook, there's no coming out of this with less than 9 stages. So they're just gonna take that fresh out, and that will be the win for Sauce here. over Phantasm, but I will say Phantasm really brought it back. I mean, the Onryo set was really well played. Like I said, they played that macro pretty much perfectly, so well played to both teams, and I will see you all later today with Eternal versus X9 at 4:30 EST, so I will see you all then.